Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today, the Cubs, winners of 4 of their last 5, are going for the sweep against the Cincinnati Reds here at Wrigley Field. The Cubs and Reds are going to battle on this afternoon Sunday game. Cubs sending Lance McCullers out to the mound. He's making start number 12 with a 6-1 record, 2.83 ERA, and a 1.30 WHIP. Cubs lineup will be Hoerner, Correa, Rizzo, Santana, Harper, Springer, Amaya, Estrada, and McCullers batting ninth. The lefty Wade Miley will be on the mound for the Reds. He is making start number 10 with a 3-3 record, 6.62 ERA, and 1.55 WHIP. Not a real surprise, but he's considered to be on a cold streak pitching lately. The Reds lineup will include Friedl, Senzel, Moustakas, Suarez, Van Meter, Winker, Barnhart, Akiyama, and Miley batting ninth. It is 68 degrees, the wind blowing in from right at 10 mph and probably favoring the pitchers today. And now it is time to get this game underway. With McCullers on the mound and the crowd filtering in for this afternoon's game, the Cubs are coming into today's game with a 33-17 record, leading the third place Reds by 9.5 games, who come in with a 24-27 record. With McCullers on the mound, he is looking for the sign, and I believe there is a pitch in our future. Here it comes. And there's a liner right up the middle. That's going to be a leadoff single. So the Reds have the leadoff man on base in the top of the first inning. McCullers now facing Senzel with a 2-strike count, and there's a drive to right field. Man, that's hard hit. It's off the wall. So rounding first, heading for second, that's going to be extra bases for Senzel. He's going all the way to third. The run is going to score, and the Reds have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the third inning. That ball was absolutely a rocket down the right field line. No doubt Senzel hit it about as hard as he could. So Moustakas now the batter. With nobody out, runner on third. Reds already up by 1. Here's a 2-strike count and a strike 3 swinging. So that time, McCullers is able to convert on the 2-strike count and record the first out of the ball game. Suarez now the batter with 1 out and runner on third. Here's a 1-ball count and the pitch to Suarez, and he's going to loop it behind shortstop. Going back actually is the third baseman Estrada, who makes the catch for out number 2. Van Meter is now the batter with 2 outs and the runner still on third. Van Meter waiting for the 2-1 pitch, and there's a liner up the middle. That's another base hit. That run is going to score easily from third. And with the RBI single, the Reds now have a 2-0 lead in the top of the first inning. Winker is the next batter for the Reds with 2 outs, runner on first. Here's the first pitch to Winker. He's going to pop it up to center. This will be routine as Springer comes in and he puts it away for the third out of the inning. However, the Reds score twice. They strand a runner. We are going now to the bottom of the first of a 2-0 ball game. Nico Hoerner is going to lead off for the Cubs here in the first inning. Full count pitch. Hoerner standing in. And here is the delivery. And a drive to left center field. The outfielders barely react. That is 10 rows deep into left center field. And Nico Hoerner has just made this a 2-1 ball game. 422 feet out to left center field. He just about cleared the stands and put it out on the street. So next up is Carlos Correa in a 2-1 ball game. Here's a 1-2 count. Correa waiting for the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Correa goes down on the sinker. And that is the first out of the inning. Rizzo now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Full count pitch to Anthony Rizzo. And there's a little tapper in front of the plate. Catcher has it. He throws down to first, and that's out number 2, excuse me. Santana now the batter. With 2 outs and nobody on. Santana batting from the right side against the lefty Wade Miley. Here's the pitch. And a grounder over to third. Picked up and thrown over to first, and Santana is retired to end the inning. So the Cubs get one back. We're going to the top of the second of a 2-1 ball game. Barnhart facing McCullers to lead off the second inning for the Reds. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch, and that is strike 3 called on the inside corner. First out of the inning, second strikeout for McCullers. And next up is Akiyama. 1 out, nobody on. 2-1 is the count, and Akiyama grounds it towards second. Horner has it. Throwing to first, that'll be out number 2. McCullers now facing the pitcher Miley with 2 outs, nobody on. A 2-strike count. Here comes the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Miley swings and misses at the changeup, or excuse me, a curveball for strike 3. We go to the bottom of the second of a 2-1 ball game. Miley now facing Bryce Harper in the bottom of the second inning with a 1-strike count. Harper is waiting for the pitch. And he is hit by the pitch. Man, he looks angry. He is heading down to first to take his base, but he stares the pitcher down the whole way along the baseline. Springer now the batter with nobody out, 1 man on. Here's a 1-2 count and the pitch to George Springer, and that's a grounder to third. The throw goes over to first, and that is going to be out number 1. They do not even try to take and get the out on Harper at second. So now Miguel Amaya is the batter. With 1 out, the tying run in scoring position. Miley facing Amaya. Here is the first pitch. And a grounder over to third again. They look Harper back and throw across the diamond. That is out number 2. So Thairo Estrada is the batter with 2 outs and the runner on second. Estrada facing Miley with a chance to tie up the ball game. Here's the 3-ball count, and that is low. It is ball 4. So the walk is issued. Cubs now have first and second with 2 outs, and Lance McCullers comes up. If this was a different situation, I might consider pinch hitting for him, but as this is the second inning, I don't see that as an appropriate response, so we're just going to see if McCullers can maybe put this in play. He does have 5 hits and 4 RBIs on the season. Theoretically, he's getting some timely hits in this season so far. Here's the 1-2 count, and there's a grounder up the middle. The shortstop picks it, and he loses it. Did it get by the shortstop? Was that an error, or was it an infield hit? He's being credited with an infield single. That seems very generous on the part of the official scorers. So now Nico Hoerner comes up with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Hoerner hit a home run his first time up. He's facing Miley now in the bottom of the second with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Here's a 1-2 count and the pitch to Wade Miley. And there's a liner into center field. That's going to drive in a run. 1 run comes home. Coming from third, that's another run, and that is going to be, he is thrown out at home, I believe. Yes, that is going to end the inning. So the Cubs score the tying run on the Hoerner RBI single. However, the second runner that was sent around, which was Thairo Estrada, was thrown out at home. So now we go to the top of the third of a 2-2 tie. Friedel is facing McCullers in the top of the third inning. With a 2-1 count, McCullers delivers the pitch. There's a grounder to second. Hoerner has it. He throws to first. That is out number 1. Senzel now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. A 1-ball count from McCullers. Here's the pitch. And a liner past the third baseman in left field. That's going to be a 1-out single. Senzel stopping at first as the throw comes back into the cutoff man. And now Moustakas the batter with 1 out and 1 man on. Here's a 2-1 count and a liner into center field. That one's going to split the gap and go all the way to the wall. Extra bases as Senzel rounds third but stops. He gets the stop sign from the third base coach. So that's a double for Moustakas, and now Suarez is coming up with runners on second and third and 1 out in the top of the third inning. McCullers continuing to struggle a bit here in this ball game. He's got another jam to work his way out of here in the third. McCullers facing Suarez with a 3-0 count. That is low. It is ball 4. So the bases are now loaded. And Van Meter is the next batter. He's facing McCullers. Bases loaded, 1 out, top of the third inning. I suppose the benefit of that walk, intentional or not, is that now a ground ball can potentially get you out of this inning. So, McCullers facing Van Meter. with a 1-strike count. Here comes the pitch, and there's a pop-up deep to left field. This is going to be deep enough to allow the runner to tag up and score. The throw comes home, however, the throw is late, and the run scores, so the Reds retake the lead at 3-2 in the top of the third inning. Senzel scores, Van Meter gets the RBI sacrifice fly, and now Winker is the batter with 2 outs, runners on first and second here in the top of the third inning. 1-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch, and Winker is hit by the pitch. McCullers continuing to struggle. So now, with 2 outs and the bases loaded again, Barnhart is the batter in the top of the third inning. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch, and that is a wild pitch. McCullers throws the wild pitch, and that allows another run to score. The Reds are now up 4-2 in the top of the third inning. McCullers facing Barnhart now with a full count, 2 outs, and runners on second and third in the top of the third inning. Here comes the payoff pitch. Check swing, ball 4. So the walk is issued, and now Akiyama is the batter. With 2 outs and the bases still loaded in the top of the third, McCullers, with 2 runs already in, really struggling to get through this inning. Here comes the pitch. Liner up the middle. That's going to drive in some more runs. The runner comes home from third. Another run comes home. The throw comes home. The slide, and he is safe. And now the Reds have a 6-2 lead in the top of the third inning. So McCullers is now facing the pitcher Wade Miley. With 2 outs, runners on first and second in the top of the third inning, we're going to go ahead and warm up Tarik Skubal. And now McCullers facing Miley, trying to get out of this inning. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch, and that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So McCullers fans Miley to end the inning. We go now to the bottom of the third of a 6-2 ball game. Correa now facing Miley in the bottom of the third inning. The Reds are up by 4. Cubs have got to get a rally going here in the bottom of the third inning. Here's a full count and the pitch. And that's a grounder up the middle. Shortstop has it. He throws over to first, and that is out number 1. Rizzo now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-1 count, and the pitch to Rizzo, and he drives that one to right field. Gonna be playable, however. On the warning track, the catch is made for the second out of the inning. Danny Santana now is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Santana facing Miley with a 3-0 count. Here comes the pitch. That is low. It is ball 4. Santana draws the walk. He is now on first. Barnhart's pretty good. I don't know that running is necessarily the best possible plan. So Harper now comes up. He got hit by a pitch his last time up with 2 outs and the runner on first. Miley facing Harper. We're going to go ahead and make sure that Skubal is ready to come into this game. So Harper facing Miley, 2-strike count. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. That's going to end the inning. So Harper chases the slider in the dirt, and the Cubs strand a runner. We go to the top of the 4th of a 6-2 ball game. And now Skubal is going to be brought into pitch. McCullers' day is definitely over. He struggled mightily to get through 3 innings. Skubal is coming in, and he is going to be brought out of the bullpen. He has a 4-2 record with 39 2/3 innings thrown, 13 walks, 48 strikeouts, and a 2.50 ERA. He is facing the top of the Reds lineup in the top of the 4th inning. Skubal working with a full count, and here comes the pitch. Friedel waiting. That is strike 3 called. A fastball at 98, and he just burned right by him. So now Senzel is the batter. With 1 out, nobody on. 2-1 is the count. Here's the pitch to Senzel. He grounds it to first. Rizzo has it. Stepping on the base, that is out number 2. Next up, Moustakas with 2 outs, nobody on. A 1-ball count to Moustakas. Here's the pitch, and a grounder to first again. Rizzo has it, steps on the base, and that'll end the inning. We go now to the bottom of the 4th of a 6-2 ball game. Springer facing Miley here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Leading off for the Cubs. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch to Springer. He grounds it over to third. The throw goes to first, and that is out number 1. Next up, Miguel Amaya. With a 2-strike count, here's the pitch to Amaya. He lines that one into right field, kind of golfed it over the first baseman's head, and that's going to be a 1-out single for Miguel Amaya. Estrada now the batter, 1 out, 1 man on. Miley working to Estrada. First pitch, here it comes. Liner up the middle, that's another base hit. Amaya rounding second, heading for... Nope, he stops. Good plan. That throw came in very quickly. And now Skubal is the batter. He is going to be asked to lay down the sacrifice with 1 out, runners on first and second here in the bottom of the 4th inning. A 2-strike count, and that's a liner down the left field line. I guess he missed the bunt sign. That's going to drive in a run. The throw goes to third, and Skubal has an RBI double in the bottom of the 4th inning. So a 6-3 ball game now, and that'll bring up Nico Hoerner, who has already driven in 2 runs in this game and has a home run. So with 1 out, runners on second and third, Hoerner facing Miley in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch, and Hoerner lines it past the third baseman in left field. Another one run's going to score. The pitcher, Skubal, stops at third, so Hoerner has an RBI single, and now this is a 6-4 ball game. Carlos Correa is the next batter with runners on the corners and 1 out. When the bottom of the 4th inning, Cubs are down by 2. Miley working, full count. Here's the pitch to Correa, and a check swing, ball 4 is issued. The umpire awards the base, and now the bases are loaded for the Cubs, and Anthony Rizzo steps up to the plate. He has shown some heroics for the Cubs so far this season. Let's see what he can do now. With 1 out and the bases loaded in the bottom of the 4th inning, Cubs are down by 2. Here is a 2-1 pitch to Anthony Rizzo, and he grounds it back to the mound. The pitcher has it. The throw goes to first, and Rizzo's going to be safe on a hustling play. The pitcher took too long to get it, and now this is a 6-5 ball game. Rizzo with an RBI single, and the bases are still loaded with Danny Santana coming up, and now Tim Hill is the batter. Tim Hill is the pitcher coming out of the Reds bullpen. He has a 1-1 record, thrown 15 innings, walked 7, struck out 13 with an ERA of 3. The lefty Hill is facing the righty Santana with 1 out and the bases loaded as the Cubs are rallying here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hill with a 1-1 count, delivering the pitch to Santana. Here it comes. And a liner into right field. That's going to drop in for another base hit. Santana's going to get an RBI single. The run scores, and now we have a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Cubs have scored 4 times, and the bases are still loaded with 1 out, bringing up Bryce Harper. Bottom of the 4th, Harper is 0 for 1 today, and he's also been hit by a pitch. Hill working with a full count. Here's the pitch to Harper. A grounder towards second. The throw goes to second, but there's no relay to first, so the double play is not executed. Correa scores, and now the Cubs have a 7-6 lead on the fielder's choice in the bottom of the 4th inning. George Springer now facing Tim Hill with 2 outs, runners on the corners in the bottom of the 4th inning. Cubs looking for more. Here is the pitch to Springer. He lines that one on the ground toward third. The throw goes to second as they get the intermediate runner to end the inning. However, the Cubs sent 9 men up to the plate. They score 5 times and take a 7-6 lead into the top of the 5th inning. And now Skubal is going to face Suarez to lead off for the Reds in the top of the 5th. The Cubs are now up by 1. Here's the 1-strike count and the pitch from Skubal, and there's a grounder toward short. Correa has it. He throws to first for out number 1. Next up is Van Meter with 1 out, nobody on. Skubal working with a 3-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Inside, that is ball 4, so the walk is issued. And now Winker is the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Let's see if Skubal can get the ground ball double play here. Here's a 1-2 count and a pop up to center. Going back is Springer. He's going to play it on the warning track and make the catch for out number 2. So Tucker Barnhart now is the batter with 2 outs and the runner on first in the top of the 5th inning. 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch to Barnhart, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Barnhart goes down swinging. The runner is stranded. We go to the bottom of the fifth of a 7-6 ball game. Miguel Amaya is leading off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the fifth inning. The Cubs are up by 1 and facing Hill with a 2-2 count. Amaya waits for the pitch. There's a check swing for strike 3. That's going to be the first out of the inning. Estrada now is the batter. 1 out, nobody on. A 1-ball count to Thairo Estrada. Here it comes. And a grounder to third. Picked up, thrown over to first. That's going to be out number 2. The pitcher, Skubal, will now bat with 2 outs and nobody on. Bottom of the fifth inning, 1 strike count. Here is the pitch to Skubal. He got an RBI single his last time up. There's a grounder over to first. Picked up, thrown to the pitcher covering, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go down to the top of the 6th inning, of a 7-6 Cub lead. Skubal is facing Amaya here in the top of the 6th inning with a full count. Skubal looking to deliver the pitch. There's a pop-up. He probably swung at ball 4. The second baseman is called off by the shortstop Correa in short center field, and the catch is made for out number 1. Aquino now the batter. Coming off the bench, he is facing Skubal with 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 6th inning. Full count. Here is the pitch. And strike 3 is called right at the knees. That was a fastball at 97. So now Friedel is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Top of the 6th inning. 2-ball count. Skubal delivers, and that is a liner to left. Chasing is Santana. He makes a diving play to end the inning. So Santana with an excellent defensive effort, and the Cubs retire the Reds in order. We go down to the bottom of the 6th of a 7-6 game. Nico Horner is going to lead off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 6th inning, and we're going to go ahead and warm up a reliever. It's going to be Junior Fernandez coming out of the Cub bullpen to pitch in the 7th inning. So Horner leading off for the Cubs against the new Reds reliever, who is Brandon White. White has thrown 9 2/3 innings, walked 10, struck out 11 with an ERA of 8.38. White facing Horner. First pitch, looking to deliver, and here it comes. And there's a grounder over to first. Picked up. The first baseman steps on the bag, and that is out number 1. Correa now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count to Carlos Correa. Here comes the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Correa strikes out swinging. That is out number 2. And Rizzo is the next batter. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI. Rizzo facing White with a 2-strike count. Here is the pitch, and he is hit by a pitch. That's the second of this ball game. So Rizzo trots down to first, taking his base, bringing up Danny Santana. The switch hitting Santana, batting from the left side for the first time today. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Facing White with 2 outs, runner on first in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs looking for some insurance runs. Here's a 2-2 count, and the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3, so that'll end the inning. The Cubs strand a runner. They do not score. We go to the top of the 7th of a 7-6 ball game. And now, Junior Fernandez is ready to come into this ball game. We're going to go ahead and, yeah, Skubal's thrown 51 pitches, but he gave us 3 very valuable innings of scoreless relief. So now, Fernandez is going to come in. He is going to bat in the number 4 spot. And pitch. And Mike Tauschman is coming in. He is going to play left field. And bat 9th. So on the double switch, Junior Fernandez comes out of the bullpen. He has thrown 24 innings, walked 12, struck out 32, with a 2.62 ERA. Fernandez is facing Senzel to lead off for the Reds in the top of the 7th inning. Here comes the pitch. And here's the delivery. And he is hit by the pitch. Junior Fernandez hits the very first batter that he faces. So the tying run is now on base with nobody out in the top of the 7th inning, and Mike Moustakas is the next batter. Moustakas waiting for the 3-0 pitch, and that is low. It is ball 4. So now the Reds have first and second with nobody out in the top of the 7th inning, and we're going to go ahead and warm up a different reliever because apparently Mr. Fernandez does not have it here today. We're going to warm up Joe Jimenez. We're going to visit the mound and give Mr. Jimenez a chance to start warming up. Fernandez says he feels fine, but he certainly doesn't look fine. So now he's facing Suarez with nobody out, runners on first and second. Here's a 2-0 count and the pitch. And there's a drive to center field. Springer looks up and he just turns around and watches it leave. So that's a 3-run home run. And the Reds now have a 9-7 lead in the top of the 7th inning. Fernandez has allowed 3 runs to score and has not yet recorded an out in the 7th. Van Meter is the next batter. Top of the 7th inning, 1-ball count. Here's the pitch to Van Meter. There's a liner on the ground to third. The throw goes to first, and that is out number 1. Winker now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 is the count. Fernandez looking to deliver the pitch. And there's a grounder up the middle. That'll be a single into center field as Winker stops at first. And now Barnhart is the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. And gosh, we're going to set Jimenez down just for the moment. We'll see if Fernandez can get Barnhart out. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch to Barnhart. There's a grounder to second. Correa has it. Horner has it. Throwing to Correa and then over to Rizzo. That's a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. So, the Reds score 3 times, take a 9-7 lead into the bottom of the 7th inning. And today's guest conductor for the 7th inning stretch is Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. Bryce Harper is leading off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 7th inning. He is leading off against a new Red reliever, Nick Lodolo, who has thrown 12 1/3 innings, walked 6, struck out 16 with a 6.57 ERA. Lodolo coming into this game trying to protect a 2-run lead for the Reds. 2-2 is the count. He is looking for the sign. And here is the pitch to Harper. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Harper chases another slider down in the dirt. That's out number 1. Springer now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 is the count to George Springer. And there's a grounder up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Springer beating the shift with a single into center field. That puts runner on first and brings up Miguel Amaya. Bottom of the 7th inning, Amaya facing Lodolo with a full count. Here comes the pitch, and that's a looper into right field. That's going to drop in for another base hit. The Cubs have gotten fortunate with a couple of looping line drives for base hits in this game. And now the tying run is on base. And who is going to pitch the 8th inning, by the way? I don't even exactly know what the answer is to that. Who's coming up for the Reds? They've got 8, 9, and 1 coming up. So the answer is probably still Joe Jimenez. I think. They're just... I suppose... We could, yeah, we're going to warm up Jimenez. That's fine. So Lodolo facing Estrada with 1 out, runners on first and second in the bottom of the 7th inning. So the Cubs, the lead runner is Springer, who is actually not fast at all. The trailing runner is Amaya, who's a catcher. So we've got no shot at this. Lodolo now facing Estrada with a 1-ball count. Here comes the pitch, and Estrada drives that one into left field. Looking up is the left fielder, and that is going to be gone. The Cubs take a 10-9 lead with a 394-foot home run in the bottom of the 7th inning. More dramatics from the Cubs. This has been a crazy back and forth game today. So now with a 1-run lead, The Cubs send Mike Tauschman up to the plate. Bottom of the 7th inning, and a new pitcher is coming out. Ryan Hendricks is the next pitcher out of the Reds bullpen. He has thrown 9 1/3 innings, walked 4, struck out 7 with a .93 ERA. He's going to face Mike Tauschman with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-1 is the count. Tauschman is waiting for the pitch. And that is a pop-up. The shortstop coming in, making the play near the mound for out number 2. Nico Hoerner now the batter. 2 outs and nobody on. Hendricks facing Hoerner. Here comes the first pitch. And Hoerner pops that one up in foul territory. The third baseman gives chase and he drops it. Hoerner's going to get a second chance on the error on that pop-up in foul territory. So now, Hoerner facing Hendricks with a 3-1 count. Here comes the pitch. That's a liner into the gap in right center field. That's going all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Hoerner, rounding first, heading for second. He is going to have a stand-up double with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. So the Cubs already up by 1, looking for some insurance runs. Correa now facing Hendricks with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Here's an 0-2 count. And Correa pops that one up to center. The center fielder, it gets over his head. He barely moved. It looked like he had a line on it, but then it got over his head as he misplayed it. And so now Correa, is that going to be charged as a base hit or an error? That, I believe, is an error. Oh, no. They're saying that that's a base hit. So Correa is credited with an RBI double. He has actually hit safely now in 11 consecutive games. The Cubs now have an 11-9 lead in the bottom of the 7th inning. Anthony Rizzo is the next batter. He's facing Hendricks with 2 outs and the runner on second. Here's a 1-2 count and the pitch. And Rizzo is hit by the pitch. Man. So the Cubs now have first and second. That's the 3rd Cub that has been hit by a pitch in this ball game. And it brings up the pitcher, Fernandez, which means that we're going to see a pinch hitter. The pinch hitter is going to be the lefty Tristan Casas, who's going to come into this ball game and pinch hit for the pitcher's spot. Casas, coming off the bench, he is 0 for 4 since being called up from Iowa. He's facing Hendricks with first and second, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's a 1-2 count and the pitch to Casas, and he swings and misses for strike 3. So that ends the inning. We go now to the top of the 8th of an 11-9 ball game. Okay, so Jimenez is going to enter the game. He's still going to be batting in the number 4 position. He is going to be brought in to pitch. And he's going to face the 8, 9, and 1 batters in the Reds lineup. If we get to Mike Moustakas, Blake Taylor will be brought in out of the bullpen. So, Jimenez coming in. He has thrown 17 2/3 innings, walked 4, struck out 27 with a 4.58 ERA. Jimenez facing Akiyama to lead off for the Reds in the top of the 8th. 2 strikes is the count. Jimenez looking to deliver the pitch. Here's the sign and the delivery, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. He gets the punch out with a fastball. And now Didi Gregorius is coming off the bench to pinch hit for the Reds. Here in the top of the 8th inning, 1 out, nobody on. 1 ball is the count and the pitch to Gregorius, and there's a pop-up in foul territory. Estrada gives chase, and he makes the catch for out number 2. And now Friedl is the batter with 2 outs, nobody on. Friedl facing Jimenez. Top of the 8th inning, 2-2 count. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Jimenez gets the job done. The Reds are retired in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th of an 11-9 ball game. And now we're going to set down Blake Taylor and warm up the closer, Edwin Diaz. Lucas Sims has now come in out of the Reds bullpen. He has thrown 25 innings, walked 10, struck out 32 with a 3.60 ERA. He is going to face Bryce Harper, who is 0 for 3 with an RBI today, leading off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 strikes is the count, and here is the pitch to Bryce Harper. Looking for the sign, and Harper swings and misses at strike 3. It gets away from the catcher. He's racing down to first, and he is thrown out on the wild pitch, 3rd strike. So that is out number 1. Springer now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. 3-1 is the count to George Springer, and that is high and in for ball 4. So Springer draws the walk. He heads down to first. Miguel Amaya is the next batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Is this a spot where we want to? I think we're going to go ahead and pinch run. Because Mallex Smith, he knows how to play center field. I mean, Tauchman actually plays center field just as well, too. So, Mallex Smith is going to pinch run for George Springer. He's going to stay in the game and play center field. Mallex Smith over on first. The Cubs up by 2, looking to extend their lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Amaya facing Sims with 1 out, 1 man on. Here's a 1-ball count. And a drive to deep left center field. Is that going to be? It is in the seats. Well, the pinch runner was kind of a moot point. Miguel Amaya is going to hit a 2-run home run 400 feet out to left center field. And now the Cubs are up 13-9 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. I guess maybe the pinch runner distracted the pitcher and it threw a fastball down the middle. So now Estrada is the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Cubs up by 4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's a 2-strike count and the pitch. Here it comes, and a strike 3 is called, a curveball on the inside corner. So that is out number 2. And actually, we can go ahead and warm up Godley. We're going to do that. So Tauchman is the next batter with 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 8th. Sims facing Tauchman with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Tauchman goes down swinging to end the inning. The Cubs score twice and take a 13-9 lead into the top of the 9th inning. And now we're going to set down Diaz, and we're going to bring in Godley in the top of the 9th inning. Godley coming in to protect the 4-run lead in the top of the 9th. He's going to face Senzel to lead off the Reds. Godley has thrown 55 in the 3rd innings, walked 19, struck out 45 with a 4.39 ERA. Godley is pitching with a 2-ball count. And here is the pitch to Senzel. Here it comes. And a grounder to second. Horner has it. He throws to first. That is out number 1. Next up, Moustakas with 1 out, nobody on. Godley pitching with a 1-strike count. Here comes the pitch. That's a drive down the right field line. I believe that is going to find the seats. That one cleared the scoreboard. Out in right field, 447 feet, and somewhere Kyle Schwarber is amazed by that length of that home run. So now we have a 13-10 game in the top of the 9th inning. Suarez is the next batter. 1 out, nobody on. The Reds not exactly going quietly into the night here. Godley working with a 2-2 count. Here is the pitch to Suarez, and he hits him with the pitch, and now the benches are going to clear. That was one too many. Suarez is being restrained. He's livid. He has a bloody lip from an uppercut. The pitcher and batter are both going to be thrown out of this game. So now Diaz is going to come in to pitch. He is going to take the mound. Good thing we already had him warmed up. So Diaz entering the game to face Van Meter. This is actually now a save situation, appropriately enough. The runner over on first is Votto, who's pinch hitting for Suarez. Pinch running for Suarez. And Van Meter is up to the plate. Diaz has a 2-1 record. 22 in the 3rd innings thrown, 4 walks, 41 strikeouts, and a 1.21 ERA. So 3 Cubs get hit in this game, and then 1 Red gets hit, and suddenly there's a brawl. Man, these two teams do not seem to like each other. So Diaz working with 1 out and a full count. Here is the pitch to Van Meter. He is looking for the sign. And Diaz delivers. That is low for ball 4. So now the Reds have first and second with 1 out. And this game is just not going to end quietly. Winker coming up to the plate, representing the tying run in the top of the 9th inning. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch from Diaz. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. He got him to chase a fastball down for the second out of the inning. So now the Reds are down to their final out. Tucker Barnhart is the batter. He is 0 for 3 today. He's facing Edwin Diaz, who has 2 outs, runners on first and second. Here's the 3-1 count and the pitch from Diaz. That's a grounder past the second baseman into right field. That's a base hit. Is that going to drive in the run? The throw comes home. The runners hold. The Reds now have the bases loaded in the top of the 9th inning, and Akiyama is the batter. He is 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs today. He steps up to the plate with the tying run on first in the top of the 9th inning. 2 outs, bases are loaded. Cubs up by 3. Diaz working with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch to Akiyama, and a swing and a miss to end the game. So the Cubs win in dramatic fashion today, 13-10. We see the Cubs getting 13 runs on 15 hits with no errors. The Reds 10 runs on 10 hits with 1 error. The Cubs winning the game by a field goal. And now, gosh, look at the crazy stat graph line for this game. That's amazing. So the player of today's game is Nico Hoerner. Hoerner went 4 for 5 with 3 runs scored, 3 RBIs, and he hit his 5th home run of the season. The Cubs' Lance McCullers only went 3 innings, allowing 6 earned runs to start the game. Skubal threw 3 innings of scoreless relief, and then Junior Fernandez threw an inning but allowed 3 runs to score. Jimenez threw an inning of scoreless relief. Godley allowed a run to score, and then Diaz got his 13th save of the season, coming in after the fracas in the 9th inning. The Reds' Eugenio Suarez and the Cubs' Zach Godley were both ejected in the 9th inning, and now Lodolo for the Reds takes the loss. He drops to 1-3 on the season. He allowed 3 runs, all earned, while only recording 1 out in the 8th inning. So the Cubs improve to 34-17, while the Reds drop to 24-28. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.